Okay, we can move on now. Up next, wow, we go from one super serious, really just down to earth discussion to this crap. Nikki Bella versus Naomi with Brie at ringside. Brie helps Nikki win. That's really all that there is. And
Yeah,
commentary is just spending the whole time arguing with each other about who's at fault between Nikki and Brie.
yeah, I really have nothing to say about this match. Naomi had some exciting offense in there. I'd like to see her in a more serious spot, but I don't know if it's Total Divas, whatever the case may be. Hopefully she'll get there one day soon. But tonight,
I'm
Nikki
telling you,
Bella
man, she
wins.
screwed her opportunity up at WrestleMania by tapping out.
Yeah, yeah. Nikki Bella wins, and Brie Bella apparently has to endure 29 more days of this. But they're not even, to me, really selling the suffering all that well. I think they did a better job last night in Hell in a Cell when she poured the smoothie all over her. Tonight didn't even really seem that bad.
Dude,
It's whatever.
what the part of this match that made me laugh most wasn't even something that one of the Bellas did. It was a Jerry Lawler line, dude. JBL was getting on Bree's case about the smoothie that she made Nikki last night, and Lawler was so up and ready to come to Bree's defense. He was like, "You don't understand, JBL. She made it exactly the way Nikki ordered it." And he said it with such a straight face. I couldn't handle it. I laughed so hard.
Yeah, man. So Nikki Bella wins, and we've got to endure this for a few more weeks. So enough said.
Yeah. So up next was Kane versus Ziggler. Not really a lot to say here. Ziggler, it's one of those things where if Kane is in a match against anybody who has any level of credibility whatsoever, you can pretty much expect him to lose. I forget, Kane did pick up a win over somebody. I think it was
Last
like
time he picked up a win, it was Adam Rose.
yeah, that's what it was. I was gonna say 2 or 3 weeks on a SmackDown, but yeah, it was Adam Rose, and really the undefeated streak. Like I said, I honestly believe this. I feel like the undefeated streak was a complete accident. I feel like the WWE just booked Adam Rose the way they felt best, and then people started mentioning an undefeated streak, and by the time that got to Vince, he said, well, we can't have that. We've got to have him lose.
That meeting must have been hilarious. But yeah, really, the only moment in this match that I really liked is that Ziggler got a super kick at one point, but Kane pretty much ate it, and I
I
like
know,
that.
dude. It's like, holy crap, is the monster actually back? But no, he still got beat by a roll up, so.
Yeah, there you go. Dolph Ziggler wins. So nothing more to say than that.
Yeah.
After the match, you had Seth Rollins come out. He jumped Ziggler, and Mercury and Noble join in the fray because hey, fresh carcass. And John Cena then comes out and he ate Ziggler, and they stand tall together, and which then segues us to our main event of Seth Rollins versus John Cena. I've already mentioned that it was a really great match. Notably, though, Dolph Ziggler didn't stay at ringside for Cena, which I found hilarious. I
He
thought
should
you
have.
guys were on
That
the
would
same
have
team.
made sense, wouldn't it have?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying,
Although, I
though,
mean,
dude.
to be fair, Cena wasn't at ringside for Ziggler's match. He just came out afterwards.
That is true. That is true.
So.
But yeah, it was a great back and forth encounter between these two. I already mentioned my slight annoyance with it because of the ending. So Ashton, if you have anything you want to say about this match, this will be your time because I've said everything I really care to say. So
I think, man, I feel like no matter what these guys do, they're not going to top the match that they had on that random SmackDown in December of 2013.
yeah,
Because that was just, oh my god, incredible. And this, it was one of those things where during that match, it was when Rollins was still in the Shield, and we didn't know how much behind the Shield the WWE was, and if they were going to have Rollins somehow just manage to kind of sweep a victory out from under Cena's feet. So we allowed ourselves to get invested. But now that Rollins is this chicken shit heel and Cena needs to stay credible to fight Brock Lesnar in January, presumably, there was no investment whatsoever. I honestly paid more attention to Tweetoff and Reddit and people's reactions to stuff that happened earlier on in the night than I paid attention to this match.
right, right. So nothing really more to say than that on my end. If you have anything else to say, we can just wrap this roll up because it concludes, of course, with the big brawl spilling out. The entire locker room comes out. Some people pro authority,
And this
others
was,
not.
I was tempted to even make this a heat of the night because what was the point of this? I felt like is it Royal Rumble season already?
Right, though? It just left me totally perplexed. It would have been cool if we had teams assembled by the end of the night because I think, like, the Team Authority versus Team Cena, I want to say it was announced like an hour and a half
Oh,
into the
but
show.
John, that would require them for them to not drag it out, and they don't want to not drag it out. Are you kidding?
Yeah, I mean, I actually gave them credit initially. I'm like, oh my god. The first week of a 4-week build-up, and you actually announce a match. Good job, WWE. Here's your cookie. And then, yeah, we only get heavily
Wait,
implied that.
don't we only get 3 weeks between now and Oh no, that's 3 weeks between Survivor Series and TLC. Never mind.
So, and then what we really only got was it was heavily implied that Ziggler was going to be a part of Team Cena and Team Authority. I mean, take your pick. Who's going to be in it. So,
I'm telling you,
uh,
man, I think that Team Authority is going to be Kane, Rollins, the Two Stooges, and then I'm guessing the fifth guy is probably going to be either Triple H himself, or there's a possibility that maybe Bray Wyatt because Dean Ambrose will be on the other side, but I'm not sure.
right. So I'm still looking forward to it. I'm a sucker for the traditional Survivor Series match. Raw goes off the air with Cena AAing Heath Slater and Bo Dallas and standing tall and staring down Seth Rollins.
Although I do
Um,
kind of, now that I think about it, I kind of feel like Team Cena should be like Cena, Sheamus, Ziggler, and the Usos.
Oh God, yeah. It would be like they'd destroy him. It would be like 5-0. Like they'd get all the eliminations and they wouldn't lose a single casualty. But yeah, Cena taunting to go off the air. That was Raw. Do you have anything else you want to say before we go into our next segment?
Nope.
All right, high spots, low shots. I'm gonna make this real simple. My low shot is the Big Show because you don't tag people like you don't know them. Um, and you ate 3 World's Strongest Slams and a World's Strongest Splash for your troubles. You deserved it. You failed America and you failed Mark Henry. So, congratulations there, Big Show.
Wow. I mean, tell us how you really feel, John.
Who's your low shot?
My low shot is Seth Rollins because he got RKO'd out of nowhere, and then he got almost beat by John Cena and needed Kane to interfere.
Yeah. So, yeah, great reasoning there. And he really suffered from last night because he had the heavily taped ribs going on, so just not
Right.
a good night for Rollins.
I mean, if I had to pick somebody else because of the fact that Rollins got away at the end, I would probably just say Bo Dallas.
Yeah.
Because, I
Completely agree
mean,
there.
because not only was he the victim of Ryback, who returned tonight, but he also was the last person to get AA'd by Cena on the night because, like, Cena was randomly in the ring after everyone had cleared it after the whole brawl happened, and Heath Slater was in there with him, and Heath Slater wasn't even going for Cena, and Cena just grabs him and tosses him into an AA. And the next thing you know, Bo gets to the ring and he charges Cena and he gets AA'd. And that's it. Like, it was just Bo, and then that's it. Cena's posing.
Right. In that same vein, my high spot, and it's such a nice crop of high spots this Monday night, which is the only good thing about this. Well, one of the really good things about this Raw. So I'm gonna say that my high spot, I'm gonna say Randy Orton. I had so much fun with his opening segment. He energized the crowd. He got the Raw off to a hot start, which I think is quite a task considering that it's a 3-hour trek. And lays Seth Rollins out so he gets a measure of revenge. Clearly their issues are not over. I'm interested to see where Randy Orton fits in this whole Team Authority versus Team Cena dynamic, but I'll be supporting him no matter where he ends up. So great job, Randy.
Yeah. Let's see. My high spot. Oh, screw it. I didn't use Bo, so I'm going to use the big guy. Ryback is my high spot. Big return, big reactions, big guy. He's back.
There you go. Had a great night, returned, crowd received him, very strongly. Awesome night for the big
I
guy.
hope I hope all the mothers are satisfied.
Yeah, they're always satisfied. Um, so with that said, our next segment, Raw Request. And you know what? I noticed something on this Raw tonight, and that's what actually inspired my Raw Request. And we've talked about it before, but you see that Rusev and Sheamus were not on this show tonight.
Yes.
Use those absences to feature somebody new. Feature the super
Ryback.
athletic. You featured Ryback, so they did something there. But even more so, like, feature the super athletic friends. That's something I've heard about for a while. Kofi Kingston, Big E, and Xavier Woods' little
Oh,
project.
yeah.
Feature Feature Tyson Kidd. Feature some undercard acts.
Tyson Kidd was on tonight. He was a part of that big brawl at the end.
Yeah, he was a part of that big brawl. So I guess maybe they did kind of fulfill what's been on my mind. But when you have two big absences like that, I think it's an opportunity to bring somebody fresher into the fold. And, you know you're not going to forget about guys like Rusev and Sheamus. Just, again, I said it a few weeks back. I want Raw to be more like NXT in the sense of adopting a roster rotation. Right. Because absences like this, it presents a golden opportunity. So that's my Raw request.
And really, that's just a really good way of saying, please stop letting the Usos wrestle every single week.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, I mean, seriously.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. My Raw request, let's see. Not really. I'll tell you what. I already had a problem with this, so I'm just going to say it. My Raw request is stop insulting the fans' intelligence.
Yeah.
It seems like any time, and because I just kind of watched a couple episodes of Monday Night Wars earlier, like I said, anytime they discuss something in the Monday Night Wars that was a huge mistake that WCW Nitro made, WWE is making that mistake these days. And I think that one of the biggest mistakes is insulting people's intelligence with the whole finger poke of doom thing and that kind of stuff. Like, obviously the WWE hasn't done anything like that, but man, it feels like we are close to there. And between the whole, John Cena is going to join the Authority, no, he's not, and everything that's going on with Orton and Rollins and freaking Triple H, and then you go to the AJ Alicia Page thing and Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt. It's just one of those things where I wish the WWE would treat their fans like we had an attention span of more than 10 seconds and like we had a memory that lasted more than 3 weeks.
Beautifully said. It would be criminal to try and add anything onto that. So we go to our main event segment, 30-second hot seat. And, after that Raw, I'm like semi-pumped. Normally I'd be like beating my chest Seth Rollins style. I'd be like, yeah, bring it on. But now I'm just like, you know what? We know you got something, so just give it to me.
All right. I'm going to do this.
All right.
I think, personally, that there are going to be 2 non-female, I have to specify it because of last time we did this, 5-on-5 Survivor Series traditional tag team matches at the Survivor Series pay-per-view. So all I want you to do, John, is tell me what the themes of the 2 matches will be and who will participate in them. I don't want you to tell me who you think's going to win or who you think's going to pin who or anything like that. Just tell me what the idea behind the 2 matches will be, again, non-female, and who you think will be participating in each match. You have 30 seconds. Your time starts now.
Okay, well, I guess another traditional Survivor Series match I could see is Team Bray versus Team Ambrose, because they may want to keep those 2 away from a singles match.
Yep.
So the theme of that, again, would be maybe Bray Wyatt trying to bring out the inner Bray and Dean Ambrose, because they're talking about looking in the mirror, seeing a reflection. And then the other one, maybe Team Sheamus versus Team Rusev.
We already know that we're going to get Team Authority versus Team Cena.
Okay, so then just another match that's not a Survivor Series matchup. I say
first of all, your 30 seconds is already up, and you haven't named any competitors, so I'll you know what? I'll cut you some slack. I still want to know what your opinion is, who you think are going to be participating in these 2 matches.
Okay. So Team Authority, Team Cena. We know it's Cena, Ziggler. Oh, God. I'm going to say the Usos. So that brings it up to 4. And then the 5th man, I'll say Ryback. I will say Ryback.
Nice.
Team Authority is going to be Seth Rollins. I think Randy Orton, because they're going to try and smooth things over, but he's going to be that more contentious member. Kane.
He's going to be the one that cost them the match, you think?
Yeah. Kane. Cesaro, the whole Ziggler side. And then, you know what? I'm going to pull Kane out, because I don't think they're going to win Kane. You put Gold Star in there, because I have the Usos teaming with Cena, so it just makes sense.
Oh, God.
So, yeah.
I am so sick of the Usos going against Gold Star.
I know, you and me both.
All right, that's just what you think they're going to do. So what about a second one? Or your Dean versus Bray teams.
Yeah, that's far more difficult. I mean, with Bray, it's kind of easy because Luke and Rowan right off the bat, calling the family back together for this cause, for this one night.
Do you think maybe we might not even get that? Might not even be a full-on 5-on-5 match, and they might just have a 1-on-1.
Maybe,
because I'm beginning. Because who in the world and who in their right mind is going to team up with Bray Wyatt?
Yeah.
Other than the other two members of the family,
right?
Unless they bring in the Ascension and then it makes their 5-man team.
Oh, that'd be so amazing. So you know what? Yeah, I'm not even going to try and make this harder on myself. We're in the winding stretch. I'm just going to say that, yeah, probably Dean and Bray will face off 1-on-1. I just didn't know if they'd want to save it for later.
Okay,
but
well, then, I mean, if that's the case, then what do you think the second 5-on-5 match will be?
I say Team Sheamus versus Team Rusev. Have the United States champion.
So really, they would build it up like Team Big Show versus Team Rusev.
Yeah, pretty much.
Big Show would just happen to have Sheamus on his team.
Right.
Which probably means that Rusev would have Cesaro on his team, or did you already say Cesaro is going to be on Team Authority?
Cesaro. Did I say Cesaro would be on Team Authority? Yeah, I think I did say that.
Well, if that's the case, who in the world, and we kind of come back to this, I've had this problem with you before, who in the world is going to team up with the Russian?
But again, though, that doesn't matter because Survivor Series is about intermingling feuds. You gotta understand, nobody's gonna give a shit that Rusev's Russian. Like, they're gonna be thinking about their own issues. That they're really gonna be thinking,
okay,
like, oh.
So who has a bone to pick with somebody that the Big Show is friends with?
Well, I mean, I don't even really know how to answer that right now.
That's what I mean. That just doesn't seem like the kind of feud that could support a 5-on-5.
Well, that's why these questions are so hard for me. Like,
I could see them doing something like Damien Mizdow and The Miz on a team at Survivor Series with 3 other guys. But again, it's hard to kind of put an entire team together.
Right.
Because I personally, I think that the Team Authority is going to be Kane, Rollins, the 2 Stooges, Noble and Mercury, and then the 5th man will be somebody like Orton or Triple H. Orton does make sense, and then he just kind of implodes the team from the inside out. But the other one is really confusing. I think that the idea that the Stooges are going to be a part of Team Authority, in my opinion, kind of does free up Cesaro to be in the other match, which I think is kind of important because Cesaro and Sheamus have been feuding. So suppose we have Cesaro, The Miz, and Damien Mizdow on one team, and then we just need to figure out 2 other people to fit in there, and then Sheamus and again, you get stuck. I'm looking forward to see how this all plays out. Maybe the super athletic friends do get a spot on this pay-per-view in the undercard 5-on-5.
Maybe. Yeah, that's always the kind of intriguing end if you're trying to book it and really analyze it, frustrating thing about Survivor Series. Because you don't know, is it just going to be the one traditional match? Are they going to have another one? Where else is everybody going to fit? Like, it's crazy. That's why it's always difficult to answer questions like this, especially when you try and do it in a 30-second time frame. So I'll be interested to see where it all shakes out, but I am looking forward to the Survivor Series.
Absolutely. All right, that's all I have to say.
All right, guys, this has been Raw. This has been TWitWoW, the best wrestling podcast made for wrestling fans, by wrestling fans, on the web today. I'm John. That's my cohort and commentary, Ashton. Guys, be sure to comment and subscribe on YouTube, discuss on Tweetoff, and we will see you again for our NXT review, where there could potentially be some fallout between Adrian Neville and Sami Zayn when he laid down the gauntlet last week. See you then, guys.